We're here today because of developments from the last 60 days, is what I believe. Everybody was very patient. The citizenry, even government officials, weren't sure about what was going to happen with the COVID-19. And after 60 days is over, that's it. But now when the county level is starting to get pushed on the people, we see the danger, rights being violated, freedoms being violated, privacy being violated. And with this proposed ordinance, we're going to see authority given to a health department that is not elected. This is not a good idea. When they get this kind of power, we don't know what's going to happen. So this trend has to be reversed. We're here in a peaceful way to let the local representatives know we need to stop this now.
Here to protect you and your families.
Courts are not health professionals. County board members are not health professionals. They're not competent to make those decisions.
Who do you want in charge of your health? Who do you want in charge of your health?
I came out here today. I have the draft of the ordinance that is going up in front of the board. The board's not voting in anything tonight. They're talking about it. But there have been Facebook posts, other things going on with false information. We're not. I don't think that we're locking people out, but there's a big health risk, and my big concern is that people aren't taking this, whether it's COVID or Ebola, they're not taking this serious.
Let's say you went to work, 10 people were positive. Okay, you were negative, but you were by them. They say they could come to your house because you were with them. They can take you out of your house and quarantine you. Now that's right in it. I don't think it's an overreach because I don't trust the government
thing. It doesn't
to
say
do anything.
coronavirus or COVID-19 on here.
So, I mean, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I want to be pulled out of my house? Absolutely not. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not.
But it could.
Sure it could.
Okay,
It really could.
that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
Inaction can only do nothing, but peaceful action can produce good things, not for us only, but our kids, our grandkids. We've had freedoms that we've enjoyed, and they are getting challenged here, and we have to view them as important as they are. We need to stop this so that we don't turn into just another socialist nation.
I'm a retired RN, and I really believe strongly in medical freedom. This definitely is overreaching. If something like this were to get passed, way overreaching. You know, let us use our own common sense on issues like this.
I'm here today to support our area, our county, and say we don't need anyone telling us how to conduct our business. We need to be able to say, I am going to be the one in control of my own health. Government by the people, for the people, is the way it should be.
The purpose of tonight's discussion is to give the board a preview of what is in the draft, and for you as a body to have discussion and reflect and talk about what you see in the draft, give comments and feedback, and I'm sure many of you have had calls from the public.
I'm still trying to figure out what problem we're trying to solve here with this ordinance. That's where I sit and debate with myself. If we had problems, and I understand Tim says we got a hole in the book, chapter 11 is blank, and we should put something in there, but if we were to put something in there, what did we put there that would have changed anything over the last 3 months? What would be different
I'd like to know what's going to happen with cities that are split down the middle by counties. If I'm standing on Main Street of Waupun on one side, I can't be out. When I take a half a step over, then I can be out. I think that needs to be addressed. There's a couple cities like that in our county.
My thoughts on this are that we should follow what we have followed, and that is with the direction from the state and with guidance with Abby within the county to the limits that she has. I do not support this.
People are happy about beginning to have some semblance of life as we knew it. And now we want to pass a new regulation and it scares them. What is defined as a communicable disease? Are the common cold or the flu considered a communicable disease? If someone is quarantined at home, will they have a guard watching that no one leaves the home, as referenced in statute 252.06, paragraph 5? People are genuinely and rightfully upset about this. I had an overwhelming response from my constituents asking me to vote against this. People tell me they just want to be left alone.
But at the end of the day, what people really fear is at some point in time, if an ordinance exists, it's either amended or improperly applied. That's really what they're afraid of. And quite frankly, I think their fears are more founded than most folks who are afraid of dying of the virus. And I think we have a long road to hoe for this to change my opinion. And frankly, I have to represent my constituents and my community, and I really think it's an overreach on our part.
For all the people that called me, stopped me on the street, I had no positive responses that anyone was in favor of an ordinance of this type. And a lot of the questions were from the business owners and stuff that, they didn't want their business shut down again.
We are fortunate that we have a public health officer that was common sense in the county, and we didn't put any orders in. We put guidelines out. And I think that's a credit to the county and to our public health officer and administration here.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the people that have expressed an interest in this. I've been on this board for too long, and this is the first time that I've ever seen this much participation from the taxpayers, which I think is great. I myself received numerous calls on this, 100% opposed.
We are just trying to protect the public from a health hazard.
It's about reducing her power. If you want to reduce the power and narrow it, this is the way to do that.
It's interesting, we all sit down and read the statutes and we can extract different things from them.
What would this ordinance do that isn't already accomplished? And all the other language in there, I still don't see it because there's already limiting powers within the statutes. That's my opinion. So I don't see any use for this thing. Thank you.
Other questions or comments? We're going to go forward to see what the county association does, and we're going to go on to the number 2 here of consider and discuss the following, and it'll come back whenever we hear something from the county's association.
Government is to serve the people. We the people. We have rights, and the reason they swear to an oath when they take the office is to, number 1, protect our God-given rights and constitutionally protected rights. When there's a problem in society, they have to try to fix it, but they should do it in the least intrusive way. So first they guarantee or make sure they look out for our rights, and then, not that they're violated, then try to find a way to help people. We're not against helping people, but not at the expense of individual rights of we the people.